Right, so to start off with, boys, market open, what do we see? So market open at 9:30, we did have bullish structure pre-hand. The externals of the range was this high here and this low right here. So what was I expecting? I was expecting 9:30 manip, which you got, and then displacement higher. I tried taking my entry here. I faded this entry because I didn't calculate the points fast enough. It is what it is. I wasn't tripping. And yeah, I expected these highs to get taken, but whatever. So after that, what happened? We displaced higher, create this huge displacement. So what I did is I marked out this displacement candle, and I noticed that we started trickling higher. We didn't want to revisit this gap just yet. So I was looking for continuation sequence, I'll be honest, at this displacement. So I checked my draws higher to see where I'd target if I was to take continuation signatures. And I marked out this draw on ES and on NQ. So what do we see? We're setting a huge SMT at this draw right here. Huge external SMT. And it was the classic reversal sequence. Manipulation at this external of the range, and then we manipulated into this external SMT. We also had a little internal SMT right here, which was also a signature. So in this case, boys, what did I take? So we got speed and efficiency off of the SMT. And what was the next draw? The 50% C of this big displacement candle. So knowing that, I got the 1-to-1 in and out. So you either do one of two things. You enter off of the displacement, or you enter off of the displacement right here, rebalance, displacement. So what was the second OTE? It was this right here, candle closure. As you guys can see, we tapped into a small SIBI right here. We'd already tapped into this BISI, so we had no reason to displace lower if we was truly bullish. As you guys can see, we tapped into this BISI right here. But what did we do? We rebounced into the sell side, candle flipped, indicating that we wanted these lows down here. So I was in and out in 30 seconds. This trade right here was my favorite just because it's reversal sequence and it's perfect. So I want to go over this real quick, boys. So let me show you guys. So the past few reversal sequence days, what do we see? So we'll go in announcements, and we've got a common thing showing up. Yeah, it is AMDZ, but it's not just that I want to go over. So this was obviously my trade at the time. And what do we see? We take the external of the range, and then we remanipulate, and then displace lower. What did we see yesterday? We take the external draw of the range, remanipulate, displacement, rebalance, displacement. What did we see on the reversal sequence the day before? Manipulate the external, remanipulate, displacement. Keep going, keep going, keep going. So these are continuation sequences. And then what do we see right here? External manipulation, remanipulation with SMT, entered off of the speed and efficiency. What do we see right here? External manip, re-soup. We got the SMT again internally right here. Entered off of the speed and efficiency. TP again. So as you guys can see, this is happening so often recently. It's insane. Every single day that we have a reversal sequence, we're getting the remanipulation just moving with speed and efficiency. So I just wanted to go over that real quick for you guys, just because this is happening so often in the markets right now, and it's very easy to catch. All you really have to do is you have to wait for this SMT, and when this SMT gets put in, do we have speed and efficiency off of the SMT? Is the SMT displacing? And if you're not confident taking this first entry, boys, that is fine, as we will offer a re-entry, and if we don't, that is fine. Just wait for a different trade. But this right here is also beautiful. We tap into a sell side perfectly. Displace lower, the next draw is clearly these lows. So even though the higher time frame structure was bullish, what is price telling us right now, guys? We're heading towards, in my trade, we're heading towards this gap right here, and we're heading towards these lows after we've had the rebalance and displacement and confirmation that we want to go lower. As you guys can see as well, we're putting SMT at these lows, but what did we do off this SMT? Absolutely nothing. We're setting the order block right here. Rebounced into this sell side, we're still respecting bearish, and then we disrespected this bullish OB. So this entry was fine. Well, this entry was beautiful, and this entry was also solid as well. This right here. If anyone waited for the longs, I do like this trade right here. Manipulation, displacement, rebounds, displacement. But I do believe that the shorts were OT, in my personal opinion. So we're going to get into trade review now, boys. Has anybody got anything to say about that trade breakdown? Oh my, shut your dumb ass up, boy. Anybody got anything to say about that? One more thing to state as well, boys. What do we see? Accumulation. Manipulation. Displacement. Classic AMD model. Very, very clean day. Very easy day. So I will not be tolerating the losses from you guys. I know some of the VIP students tried taking the continuation longs. And I've gone over the reasoning, and these guys didn't spot this draw on liquidity over here, and I know that's the same for a lot of you guys. You need to be looking at these draws on liquidity, because I do preach the 15-minute draws, like these externals right here, but if we're continuing through these highs, and we're taking a continuation trade, we need draws on liquidity, guys. So mark out your next draw on the 5-minute, which is right here, the draw after, so on and so forth. But what did we see? This draw right here had crazy SMT. ES was so far behind that I knew we'd run with speed and efficiency to the downside, and it was really, really clean. This was also an AMD model at 930. That is why I wanted to take it right here on this inverse. However, I just couldn't calculate the points and get the entry fast enough. I'll be completely real with you guys. I thought certain draws don't have too much significance if there's like 50 stacked draws. So it's not that it has too much significance, but the fact is, bro, the fact that we've SMT'd it and we've already got reversal sequence showing already, that is why it was so important, bro. Because like we've taken out this high right here, the external of the range, but then if we're to take longs, the draw on liquidity has already been met. So the longs, you can only really get this out of it. This right here to this next draw. But the fact is, I wouldn't want anyone really taking this. Because what do we have? We have a stop loss inside of a massive buy side imbalance, which does act as a draw on liquidity. So anybody who took the continuation trade today or tried to, I can see why you had that thought process. And as up until this manipulation, I had that thought process. But then I quickly realised what was going on and executed off it perfectly with targeting the 50% CE of this gap. In and out within 30 seconds. Does that answer your question, Leo?
Solid.
How do you even know about this? Know about what, gang? What are you talking about?
Nah, he's a fucking wizard, mate. Fucking wizard. Alright, let's get into these beautiful people's trades.
Let's do it, let's do it, let's do it.
Thanks for the compliment, bro.
I reckon we had a good day today.
I hope so, I really hope so, because it was a really easy day today, I'll be honest.
It wasn't too bad.
I think for the guys who try taking the longs, I can understand why, but I also think it's a bit... It's lack of technical skill. Like anyone who's taking a long right on a continuation sequence, you need to mark out the next draw on liquidity, as that should be your target. And if you guys did that, then you wouldn't have took that trade just because the draw on liquidity was so close on NQ, you know? Right, so let's see. London loss. So London's just not really permissible at the moment, bro. London's very low probable at the moment, as you can see by this price action. So I was on for London. Go on, sorry. What were you gonna say?
Like this setup is absolutely perfect, but this shows you that London is fucking dog shit, and you should not be. We shouldn't be trading it anymore. Because I took the exact same trade because it looked like we displaced above that yellow line is obviously the PXH. We manipulate inside the gap at PXH, displacing off lovely, draw like 20 points above where he's got marked out. Everything was there, bruv. But it's just simply London. And if you look at London now, we chopped for 45 minutes after this, bro. But we went nowhere, bruv.
You
Like,
know,
we just need to stop trading it, bro. I can't
to
lie.
to be honest, I forward tested London on the practice account and I did take a dub, but it was pre 9 o'clock, pre 8 o'clock. So we displaced higher here, rebounced into this little PXH, displaced higher. So I entered right here on the candle closure with the stops below this low, and there was an external draw over here, and my TP got hit there. So this was valid, but what we've got to think, boys, as well, we've got an external manip over here. Displacement, rebounds into the OB, and then we're pushing lower, internal manip, displacement lower. So honestly, these shorts do look solid. But with how this manipulation looks and with how the context looks and the higher time frame, I don't understand why we didn't continue higher, besides the fact of low probable price action. So it's not really valid AK just because it's London session, it's a lot lower probable right now. So personally, I don't trade London at all. Even on evals, I'd rather just trade New York, can't lie. Yeah, AK, don't trade both. Set a one trade lock limit and that is it, bro. One trade lock limit and trade either New York or London. Do not trade both. So right here, what did you do? You took a long on the order block disrespect without any draw on liquidity marked out higher. So that's why you lost. We also got SMT'd right here. And you didn't close your position. You took a loss because of it. Your stop loss is inside of a buy side imbalance, which is a draw on liquidity. So you really need to reflect on this. AK, you took the same trade. This is not very nice, bro, I can't lie. Once again, you don't have a draw on liquidity higher marked out. We've got manipulation at both sides. You're not reacting to what price is telling you right now. If you'd just waited for this manipulation, waited for the SMT, you should see how close NQ is to these highs and how far ES is. I know on continuation sequence you think, okay, we get SMT a lot in continuation sequence, and you are right, but you've missed the fact that we've got external manip and external SMT. Because the external SMT got put in on the candle that you entered on pretty much. You entered on closure and the very next candle took the draw. So if you'd have seen the draw, you wouldn't have actually taken that. So very avoidable loss once again. Same again, very avoidable loss entering on SMT. As we can see, guys, this high right here on ES is still a lot of points away. Whereas this high on NQ, we've taken it. So you should not be looking to take this trade when ES is failing to take these highs. Close the trade as soon as I saw that strong bearish displacement candle, so at least there's 50% loss. I should have referred to the internal DO of confirmation. Yeah, but the thing is right here, I can see that you've got the next draw marked out, this external marked out right here. So you entered on just before external manip. Just stay patient, bro. Because like right here, my mind instantly adapted as soon as I saw this SMT. And saw the external SMT, it instantly adapted to right. Price now wants this internal gap and these lows down here. If we get speed and efficiency off the SMT, and we did that, displaced below this candle wick low, really fast. So I took my entry, targeting this gap, stops above, trailed my stop to the candle body as I did not want to see a rebalance, as I was only targeting the first speed area. But yeah, same again, bro. Obviously, this is my trade. I've already been over this. Very, very simple, very basic, but a really clean execution. Most of my losses this past month come from order block disrespect. Valid to stop taking them entirely. So, to be honest, yes. But if you're going to stop taking them entirely, then you need to get better at taking continuation sequence manipulation trades. So, take that into account. Venom, same for you. Honestly, I know you know better, Venom. We have been over this. Do not be taking this, bro. Just don't be taking it. You've got one draw higher marked out, but you've missed a 5-minute draw. You've not got that marked out. So, Crystal, I've been over this with you as well. So, exact same trade. We have SMT right here and external SMT. You missed that 5-minute draw. You didn't recognize it, and that's exactly what caused you to lose. Same again. Carlos, let's not be putting broken hearts on people's trades unless it's Wally, please. 50-50, 1-to-1. This is a bit messy on TradingView because it's a bit delayed, so I don't know. But yeah, this is the same trade as me essentially. Good shit, bro. How did you know we were going to come back down after displacing above the high once more? Because it's typical reversal sequence, and we also had external SMT, as well as internal SMT and speed and efficiency. Narrative, rebalance, displacement. So honestly, no, bro. We need to be reacting to what the draw's doing. So learn from this. Andre, beautiful. Yeah, FX. Yeah, you focus on your sensor. But yeah, displacement lower, rebalance into sell side imbalance, candle flip, displacement. I would like you to wait for candle closure on this candle just for full confirmation. However, it's pretty obvious that we're bearish. The respect to this gap were beautiful. Displacement lower, entries, stop loss, TP, absolutely beautiful. 1-to-1, absolutely beautiful. Should have waited to see what was going to happen after you manip the high. Should have entered with speed and efficiency and not this. Yeah, but once again, I see that you've not got the external draw marked out, so that's just lack of attention from you once again. So MT does have the external marked out, and he entered on manipulation, which is very poor. So you know we've got this draw right here, and you still don't take it into consideration. I feel like it's a bit of FOMO just because of the fact that you've got the draw marked out. Like, do you see this big imbalance right here, bro? I'm not having my stop inside of a juicy draw on liquidity like this. I'm just not. No chance. Even if I was to take continuation trades and this draw was the draw on liquidity, I'd like to see displacement higher, rebalance, internal generated liquidity, push higher, manipulation, displacement. But yeah, this is very poor from UMT because you did actually have the draw marked out and still didn't react to what happened. You jumped in before. And yeah, it's just not very nice, bro. Trail to break even. Did I target too much or was just invalid? My idea was internal manip, sweep higher. So I understand your thought process, but yeah, you're targeting past the external draw. You don't have it marked out, so it's good that you break even just because we're setting this big SMT internally as well as the external SMT. But that wasn't your reasoning, to be honest. I also took another trade after, and I will be honest, I took a loss. It was a very bad trade, so why the fuck are you doing this, bro? Like, have auto lockout on. Stop, like, thick. I hope you blow your shit smooth off if you just don't listen to us, bro. We tell you to put auto lockout on for a reason. Do you think you're better than us? Like, I don't understand. I lock out my lockout rule every morning, and you're sat here like, oh, but let's not put it on, because just if I get break even, I can take another trade and take a loss. Like, why? Just use your brain, thick. Lock in. Johnny, I saw price respecting gap C, so I moved stop loss into profit. Emotions, I did the same thing yesterday. I just I kept my OG TP and stop loss. TP was full draw because on eval. That's a bad thought process to start with. Not going to lie, bro, I feel like I'm just hurting my own progress. You definitely are because you're chasing the outcome. So it's a really clean execution. It's the same trade as what I took. But why are you holding so much points? And like you said, it was literally because you're on eval. And don't get me wrong, it's valid to target C of this gap and get a 1-to-1, but we don't know that this SMT that happened here is not going to turn price around and push higher, because even the higher time frame had bullish structure. So the fact is, you should be targeting this very next draw, and you're just a greedy motherfucker who wanted more points because you wanted to pass your eval, bro. Like, you deserve to get stopped here in profit. You really did. You shouldn't be managing your trades because you're emotional, for one. And for two, you need to just be taking 1-to-1s. I don't care if you're looking for 1.5k. I do not give two fucks. You're chasing the outcome. That is a terrible thought process. Your trade's beautiful. Your thought process and your trade management was awful. First trade on the XFA, we were playing around the 50% of the weight. Would you say it was valid for me to close because I didn't know what would happen? So to be honest, it's a 1-to-1. So you don't need to target more than this anyway, bro. This is solid. We did end up taking the draw. I wouldn't say it's a valid close. However, you got your 1-to-1 RR, so it's like you shouldn't even be holding more than this. Take your 1-to-1 being an out. This is a beautiful trade, man. One thing that I would say, I would prefer you to get it. Oh no, you did the right thing. So we had this candle closure, rebalance once again, displace lower. This is beautiful. Absolutely perfect, man. Good shit. 1-to-1 winning day secured. Perfect once again. Stop loss is a bit crap, but other than that, solid. Honestly, I'd rather you just risk a little bit lower. Put your stop above here, enter on either this candle or this candle with your stop above here and your TP down here. But other than that, still very solid. Faded this because of 9:45 news being 5 minutes away in Wikipedia. What are your thoughts? That's a valid thought process, to be fair. I cannot lie, that is a valid thought process because 9:45 does tend to manipulate. However, we are clearly bearish, so we're most likely going to manipulate this draw right here. However, I don't mind the thought process. We're 5 minutes away from news. You don't know that we're going to deliver like this. However, for the people that didn't know about news, they took the trade. Personally, I like this trade at 35 because we're 10 minutes before news and my average trade duration is 1 to 3 minutes. Sometimes on a bad day, 5 minutes, but I'm never really in a trade for 10 minutes, so that's why I like my trade at 35. But yeah, that's a valid thought process though, Bryson. I don't mind that, bro. Matt, really beautiful trade, solid execution. Fell in love with SMT order block disrespect. Yeah, this is a really clean setup as well because we have this SMT and the SMT is failing to displace. And we've already tapped this gap multiple times. So we're clearly going to displace through with speed and efficiency towards the draw on liquidity, which is these lows. Really clean off us. Solid stuff, bro. Break even. Edge TP, not the best trade. Definitely hesitated today due to SMTs on both sides of the narrative. So it doesn't matter about the SMTs though. It's like, wait, you took 2 trades? You took 2 trades, so take 1 trade maximum for starters, bro. And for seconds, yeah, just take 1 trade, bro. But what was wrong with your first entry? Why did you close it on the same candle, bro? Like, I feel like that's emotions. I know you see the SMT right here, but the SMT is not this low here. The SMT is right here, bro, on this wick. And the SMT did nothing. So, like, the SMT, we don't have speed and efficiency on it. We do have speed and efficiency on the SMT at the highs, though. So the fact is, what is price showing you? We're respecting bearish and disrespecting bullish. So we're clearly bearish, bro. So that's bad trade management from you today, Carlos. But good risk management. But do not be taking 2 trades. 1 trade only, bro. Omar. Trailed stops. Why? I mean, you won, but why did you trail your stops? Like, you've got 1-to-1, bro. Fuck trailing your stops. This is solid though, regardless. But honestly, I would rather you enter like a bit earlier, like on this candle, like right here. But it's still valid, bro. It's confirmation. This is still solid. Good shit. But don't be trailing your stops, bro. You're just being a bitch. You're targeting a 1-to-1, bro. Your win rate off of the rip with a 1-to-1 is 50%. If you have got an edge, you've got a 70 to an 80% win rate. If you review your journal and fix your mistakes, you've got a 90% win rate. Don't trail your stops and mess with that win rate. You'll take break-evens, you'll take more losses, and you're lowering your win rate gradually, so do not mess with your trade. Just let it play out. Accept the risk and let it play out. I mean, if there's a valid reason to trail your stops, then maybe go ahead. But personally, I'm not a big fan. I very rarely do it. I know that I had my TP lower that I should have, but I knew that if price is going to fail this range, which it displace. Yeah, bro, this is awful. Why are you targeting more than the draw? Your trade execution's beautiful, but you're just being greedy to get that 1-to-1. Get a better entry. The market doesn't care that you knew that we was going to do this, because you absolutely didn't, bro. This is just like a stupid TP. Everything else is beautiful, but this TP is awful. So please do not target more than the draw. Take your entry a bit earlier, but if you get a late entry, then that is not... The market doesn't care. The market does not care. This is the draw on liquidity. Why are you targeting more? And this was the SMT right here, not this right here. Manage risk, trailed stop loss. I'm fed up of hearing this. Clear DOL was higher and the fact that ES did not want to push higher. So, bro, you've got a DOL marked out and you've just ignored the one right here. Like, why are we ignoring draw on liquidities and just marking out the one that's near your TP? Like, what? I don't get it.
Yo, Don, I hope she's all good, man.
Holy discretion, 0 drawdown. I don't like this entry, I can't lie. I mean, the fact that we've tapped CE here, beautiful. You trade a different model to us, so I wouldn't take this entry, but obviously the narrative, everything else lines up. It is really clean. You've got really low risk on it. This is beautiful, but it's not an entry that I would take. Very solid trade though, Don. Exact same execution as me, you just targeted a little bit more, to be honest. I had my stop loss at this candle body, as I know in these situations, if we've got the SMT, we're going to run with speed and efficiency. So I'd like to set my stop loss right here. And then my TP at 50% C. But other than that, this is absolutely perfect, Nick. Really lovely trade, bro. You're targeting more than the DOL because you're waiting for candle closure. Take the trade on the speed, target the DOL. I don't want you targeting more than the DOL, especially when news is coming out. Like, just target the DOL, man. It's just greed, boys. Like, but to be fair, really clean execution, really clean trade besides the target. The market doesn't care if you get a late entry. This is perfect.
This is solid, bro.
This is perfect, Tom. Honestly, I was talking to Tom earlier and he had the exact same thought process as me all the way through New York session. So it's like, it's clearly working. The lectures are clearly working, man.
Same entry as me, Tom. Good shit,
Very,
bro.
very clean. Solid. Didn't see the SMT. Stopped out when I was 200 in profit. Yeah. Didn't see the SMT. Stopped out when I was 200 in profit. Went 4 micros in that trade. Yeah, but you've taken 2 trades, so you broke the 30-day challenge already, Arrow, and you need to restart. You need to restart back to day 1. This is against the rules. This is against the 30-day challenge, so you need to restart. Secured a win, but not proud of performance. It's a losing day, bro. I don't care if you won money-wise. You broke your rules, so it's like you took this first trade, which was a little bit FOMO. We remanipulated, got the external manip, displaced lower, and then you did take the second trade. Which was really clean, but you cannot be taking 2 trades on the day, bro. You'll just blow your shit smooth off when you take 2 losses in a row. Like, don't do it, man. Do not do it. Same here. It's just kind of FOMO, man. Like, mark out the external draws, bro. Like, you've got to have a target. You can't just target a 1-to-1 randomly. Like, you need to have a draw on liquidity higher. If the draw on liquidity is right here, then why would we take this trade? We wouldn't. De-risk because I'm at work and trading at work is plus 300 on XFA. Could have targeted more and risked more, but again, while at work, I just want in and out and risk less. Yeah, that's a valid thought process. I'd rather you not trade at work at all. But yeah, this trade's solid. SMT multiple times, manipulation, big long tail wick, displacement higher, entries on the candle, stops in the right place, TP at the 1-to-1, beautiful. XFA gone, didn't really pay attention to the DOL. I think it was SMT2. Bro said, I think. Yes, it was SMT2. So that's on me. Going to reflect. Nothing much to say from me.
Yeah.
What's all over your chart, bro? You've got indicators on. Take the indicators off for starters. You missed an external SMT. You missed the external draw. Lock in, man. Like, this is your job. Like, you have to understand this. This is going to be your future, and you can't even be asked to mark out an external draw. I think it was SMT. No, it was SMT TSR. You don't think. Manip DRD 1-to-1 edge should have entered on that first candle. There was Sibi disrespect on NQ, but I was looking at MNQ and we didn't have it there. We rebounced into Abyssy one more time and then hit TP. So yeah, this right here, bro, we've displaced so heavily because this wick we pushed down here. Displace. So right here, I wouldn't like to take this entry on this up close, down close, honestly. In this situation, it's like up here. Like, you can enter on the displacement here, or you need to wait for generated liquidity here. Displacement, rebalance, internal manip, displacement, and then you can take the trade. But this right here, you can expect this BISI to get rebalanced. That's why you've got it marked out. So it's like you're taking a trade with your stop loss in a draw on liquidity, essentially. And it's just not it, man. Lock in. Juju, same entry as Andre, same entry as Lou. Very, very clean. Stops above the tap into Sibi. Very beautiful. The 1-to-1 RR demons are coming out today, boys.
Good shit, Juju.
Held this because I was on the phone with my mum. Lost. Don.
He's got a reason, I can't lie.
Has he got a valid reason? If you've got a valid reason, then fair enough. I'm not going to go into it. But the trade's solid. The trade execution's solid. But please set your TP. But yeah, I hope everything's all good with your mum, twin.
Just put the fucking fries in the bag. What the fuck? Okay.
What are we doing, bro? What the fuck are you doing, Mike the King? Clearly not the king after this one. What the fuck are you doing? The draw's here, bro. Like, what are you doing? Inverse fair value gap entry. Like, that, I know that's what it is as well. Because Rafa tells me you trade IFVGs. So you're waiting for this full candle to get inverse. When you don't realise, we've got external minute, resoup, displacement, rebalance, displacement. Entries here, stops here, TP here. You're targeting fucking hopes and dreams. Rafa, this is just some straight up buns. I've been over this with you. It's past 10:10, so I don't even want you trading. But you're just pattern trading, bro. You're not reacting to price. You're predicting price, not reacting. Like, honestly, yeah. It's just some burger stuff, bro. Like, come on, lock in on this, Rafa. I've been over this with you. We joined the call right after New York session, and we have been over this. It's like you really need to focus on what price is telling you right now, not what you want to see from price. Entry should have been a little bit earlier so that I could target it for the 0.9 RR. This is my main issue right now. I need to be entering earlier so that I can target the internal. No, this is completely fine, bro. I mean, I would rather you enter on this candle right here and target this high. Yeah, you are right. But the fact is, this is continuation of it's a continuation of the reversal. So we've got the minute displacement. We remanip these lows inside of this buy side. Candle closes to the upside. The first entry is here, but this is still valid, bro. As long as your stop should have been below this wick low, I can't lie. And then targeting a 1-to-1, because the draw is clearly higher. But yeah, honestly, I don't worry about this little internal here, because this is clearly the draw, bro. Because what have we done? We've tapped into a sell side imbalance right here. Push lower, internal manip inside of the BISI, and then displace. So why are we displacing to the upside if we're respecting this gap? That means that we're bullish and we want higher draws, and most likely this gap right here is going to get rammed through because it's a lower probable sell side imbalance because it's already been tapped. So the fact that we're displacing towards a gap that's already been tapped tells you that the draw is clearly this right here. But yeah, still a good thought process. Not wanting to target more than the internal. That is still a good thought process. And you are right, your entry should have been on this candle. But the draw is these highs. But beautiful stuff, Bryson. Really good trade. Need to fix my hesitation. Yeah, the thing is, David, like, that's the main thing with you, bro. Hesitation. Like, when you don't hesitate, you take a banger trade. When you hesitate, you wait too long and then you force some bullshit. It's like, we've been over this today with David, and he knows exactly what he should have taken. Like, he wanted this trade right here, I believe it was. And he just hesitated. You can't be hesitating, bro. You need to just execute anyway, no matter how you feel in the moment. I want to apologise for not being as active as I should be. I don't want to seem like I'm taking all what you guys are doing for the cord for granted. I've recently just been trying to get everything outside of the charts in order, so I took a little break, but now I'm back. Anyways, this was my trade today. Bro said, anyways, this was my trade today, and caught an absolute banger. Okay, like... Okay, you're a straight up GO, GB. I hope everything's all good to him, but yeah, manipulation. We had the SMT, so it was external manip, resoup, displacement. Same reversal sequence as up here, just not as clean in my opinion, because we had this SMT, remanip, displacement, rebalance, displacement. Beautiful trade, bro. You're an absolute G. External manip and SMT, perfect reversal sequence. You're talking about ages swing high, right? Looking back at it, I completely disregarded them as a draw on liquidity. And this is the same for most of you guys. You disregarded this high as a draw on liquidity, even though we took it with extreme SMT and reversed off of it. Don't know what I was doing, not gonna lie. What the fuck is this? Like, why are we trading at 1040? Why are we trading at this time?
This is solid, bro. Good shit.
This is fucking awful. Why are we trading at this time though? When 940 macro is high probable, 1040 is not valid. I don't care if you missed a trade. You've missed a trade. That's it, bro. 9:30 until 10:10 was high probable, and you missed that shit. And then you went and traded 10 o'clock because you thought, oh, I need to get a trade today, or I'm not gonna live. Like, what the fuck is this trade, bro? We've displaced higher, respected C of a gap, and you've entered long. This is the most FOMO emotional bullshit I've seen in a while, Tommy. You're not even a shit trader. You're just taking shit trades. Stop overthinking, stop overcomplicating it, and lock in, Tommy. You really need to lock in, bro. If you put as much effort into trading as you did Valorant, you'd be profitable by now. Lucas. Beautiful. Really clean. I know Lucas trades a little bit different as he is one of the one-to-one students, but he does trade a different model. We rebound into this gap right here. Displacement higher, unfilled 5. It's more of a PB model, but yeah, really solid trade. I can't really comment on it too much because it's not the model that I trade, but yeah, solid. Good risk as well. 261 risk. Break evened already. Solid stuff. Forward. Really clean forward. You should have taken this shit. Today's trade, manipulation at the lows at market open, displacement, rebalance into BISI and PXH, respection of bullish PDAs and target some internal high below current day high. Current day high, don't worry about current day high. All this talk and you've got the draw marked out and you're targeting more than it, bro. Like, tighten up. I've been over this. I've also been over this, Leo. Like, we're targeting hopes and dreams. You're still not following the 30-day challenge because you're targeting more than a 1-to-1 RR for starters because you want to pass your combine faster. Just take better trades and you'll pass it without taking a loss. Like, you need to have the draws marked out. Like, you have to understand we had SMT on a draw on liquidity, which was an external draw on the 5-minute. Like, come on, bro. You've got to understand, like, we don't know if we're going to continue through that draw or not. So when we've taken it, and especially when you've entered just when we're about to create SMT, like, where's ES? ES isn't even on the screen. Lock in with this, Leo. Like, we're better than this, man. Like, if you want to get good results from trading, you have to really lock in on your backtesting and get insane results on your backtesting first. And if you're not, then I'm here to help you, bro. Like, I've given you all the backtesting sessions. I've given you all the source. Like, you know exactly what to do. You just need to put it into action and stop overthinking. Yeah, I said this a while back, Charlie. I don't know if you remember, but when you trade with little risk, you start to see your charts and PA with logic rather than your emotions. This is absolutely facts. It's like you're lifting the wool off your eyes. You know, you can see. You can see clearly. I don't know how to, like, explain it. You can probably feel when you're foaming or your head's on Mars, crashing out because you have tunnel vision and all logical ideas just go out the window. You ripped into me once for hesitating and it's literally changed my trading tenfold. I love to hear that, bro. I love to hear that because the fact is we shouldn't hesitate, boys. We really shouldn't, because it's just like, the fact is, why would we hesitate when we've backtested it? Like, I've got 5,000 backtested trades. I've got 200 live trades. Like, I've seen this shit so many times that why should I hesitate? It'll just be more data for me. If I take a loss, I don't care. I'll reflect on that loss and I'll find out what I've done wrong. I might be a bit annoyed in the moment, but once I'm back from the gym, I'm completely fine. Like, I've reflected on it, I've learnt from it, I've moved on from it. And I can refer back to it if I need to. As is the last few days, I don't feel anything when I trade. No more nervous, no more fear. I just execute. And why is that, Z? Do you have a 1 trade limit on now? Do you have a risk limit? Because I'd imagine it's because you cannot blow your account. You don't have the thought process in your mind and the anxiety that you're going to blow your account. Yeah, you've been absolutely killing it right now, Charlie. And you notice, it's nothing crazy that I told you, is it, Charlie? It's just like one small switch in your brain, bro. One tiny switch, half in your risk. I just know how much over trading hurts my trading, so I just step away. Yeah, but is there nothing that you can put on Like, what do you trade on? I think you're on Tradeovate, right? Because I've seen you post trading view trades. So if you're on Tradeovate, put a daily loss limit on, bro. But you need to be good with calculating your risk. So I know Matthew and Matt, I believe it is, they've got something on risk, and pretty much, yeah, that helps you a lot. It really is all it takes, Charlie. Like, I remember one call that me and Lou had, and we took a few losses, a few wins, and we were kind of break even. This was at the start of our trading career. And I'm like, Lou, hold on a minute. This shit's simple. What the fuck are we doing? And we had all these concepts, and at the end of the day, it was just manipulation, displacement, rebalance, displacement. It's not just one trade a day as well, Don. Like, I don't get why people are targeting more than 1-to-1 RR. Kartik's made hundreds of thousands with 1-to-1 RR. Me and Lou've done crazy payouts with 1-to-1 RR. Like, majority of my payouts, 1-to-1 RR. Majority of Lou's payouts, 1-to-1. Like, it's that simple, man. Just copy what we do, boys. Copy our rules and follow them to the T. 1-to-1's very easy, donks. It's like you've got a 50% win rate mathematically before you even enter the trade. So if you already have an edge, then that makes you instantly profitable if you can control risk. So it's like, if you've got a 50-50 chance of winning and you have an edge and you control your risk, how can you not get consistent payouts? That's how I see it. The only thing is emotions, and people let the emotions take over. Like, I challenge most of you guys to send me a picture of one full month on XFA, because I bet you can't do it. And the fact is, like, me and Lou have got multiple months where we've been on XFA and managed our risk for months. Don't get me wrong, the crash out does come eventually at some points, but if you follow your rules long enough, that no longer happens. XFA is an express account. If you don't know what XFA is, don't worry. Yeah. XFA is an express account, bro. I know you're very new to trading, you're a complete beginner. You will get there. Nah, I know you're 1 week into it, bro. Don't worry. Like, there's a lot to learn, but honestly, the harder you work, the faster everything will come to you. But yeah, Express is when you pass the eval. So
Sandy, how old are you, Sandy? 20. Oh, God.
But yeah, just stay locked with the lectures for now, Sandy. Anything that you question, anything that you don't understand, please do not hesitate to DM me or Lou. Like, honestly, it is one of my passions to help people. Like, even before I was profitable, I was trying to help people. Maybe that negatively affected me. But, like, I've always tried helping others just as well as myself. I'm not 27, bro. I'm 20. I'm like 6 months older than Lou. Shut your dumb ass up, Lou. Lou's got a bum chin anyways. But, right. So